In a bustling town in the United States, there was an elderly man who had fallen into dire straits, utterly destitute and alone. His stomach ached from hunger, and despite his best efforts, he couldn't find a single person willing to offer him any help. He knocked on doors, begged strangers for food, but every door shut firmly in his face. Desperate and with no other option, this old man did something he had never done before. He stole a piece of bread. However, he was caught. As he stood there, starving and humiliated, the very citizens who had refused to help him were quick to condemn him. He was dragged to court and stood trembling before the judge, his eyes brimming with tears. "I was almost starving to death," the old man stammered. "I asked many people for help, but everyone turned me away. This is the first time in my life I've stolen something, and I really didn't know what else to do." The courtroom fell silent. The judge looked at the old man and saw the despair in his eyes, the sadness deeply etched into his face. Moved by the man's story, the judge realized that this case could not be treated like any other. So he made a decision that no one expected. He sentenced the old man to a fine of $10. For someone who had nothing at all, this was a significant sum. But before anyone could react, the judge reached into his own pocket, pulled out a $10 bill, and placed it in the court's fund. "I'll pay your fine," the judge said firmly but kindly. At that moment, the elderly man was granted his freedom. But the judge's actions did not stop there. Rising from his seat, the judge scanned the room and addressed everyone present. "This case is not over yet. In a city where a person has to steal just to avoid starvation, I sentence every person present here to donate $10. There were murmurs in the crowd, but no one dared to oppose. The judge removed his hat and handed it to the bailiff. "Pass this hat around," he ordered, "and collect $10 from each person present." The bailiff moved through the courtroom, gathering contributions from the 48 people present. Some gave willingly, others reluctantly. But in the end, the hat was filled with $480. The bailiff handed the money to the judge, who then presented the entire sum to the elderly man. "Not only are you free," the judge whispered softly, "but now you have the means to take care of yourself." This incident serves as a reminder. No one should have to steal just to survive. The old man, deeply moved by this kindness, could hardly find words. With tears of gratitude streaming down his face, he left the courtroom with a newfound hope, knowing that a simple act of compassion had changed his life forever.